What are dealbreaker fetishes and why? One guy I almost went on a date with asked me if I would fuck one of my cousins. When I said no, he said, "What if you were really drunk and it was dark?" And then also told me that he wanted to have a threesome with my mom and I ghosted him so quick. Dead or killing things, people, rodents, etc. This has a funny story attached. Someone asked me if I was into water sports. Back when I had Tinder, I told them I couldn't swim, but I liked to kayak with my life vest on. That day I learned water sports have very little to do with both water and sports. For the record, I'm not into water sports. I feel like playing with waste products just isn't for me. Abandonment play. I don't like being left alone. Scat fetish. I ain't into piss and shit. Had a guy once ask if he could watch bestiality during sex. Needless to say, it was an instant turn off and sex did not happen. Bruising. Had a girl wanting me to beat her and give her bruises. I respectfully declined and she kicked me out of her apartment. She called me a bitch on my way out the door. Good times. Cannibalism is fairly high on my list. I don't do poop, blood or vomit. I might try pee play, but don't expect to. I'd consider anything else that is legal. Scat and urine. Honestly, I understand why someone might find it hot to exert that kind of power over someone, or give someone else that kind of power. I can conceptually understand why some people might find it hot. But that shit just smells cannibalism. Especially on the first date. Mommy, I let you suck on my nipple and this is how you repay me? POV. You're scrolling through the comments making sure your kink isn't here. My two were only mentioned once here. Edit. Re-scrolled through the comments after the post blew up. One of mine is rarely mentioned, the other is like once every 10 comments or so. Shitting in my mouth because obvious. Whipping fetishes. I grew up being beat with a belt and I don't need to be doing that to someone else. Tax evasion and insider trading. Murder. Am not a fan of dying tbh. I'm down to try anything other than scat. Them not making a sex-related or Ask Reddit post on a daily basis. Recall reading how this guy was having a real hard time with his GF''s self-discovery of a farting fetish. She had been abused before, so she found solace in being the one in control, the one even degrading, objectifying. I say those words because she pleaded to upgrade from simple fart face sitting. She wanted to fart on this guy's open-mouthed tongue. Certainly a dream scenario for a whole lot of men that you'd expect but pretty shitty if you weren't sniffing ass before this relationship. Consensual hand-holding. It's too depraved. I'm sorry. Guys that like to violently beat women and call it a kink or fetish, without understanding anything about kinks, including aftercare. A couple of my exes were into calling me daddy. I can roll with that. And number X200B. One of my exes wanted me to pretend to be her dead dad and be with her while she cried. I had to nope out of that situation. Incest, child or animal anything is a hard, judgmental no. As far as golden showers or scat play, good for you, not for me. Other than that, I've never come across anything I refuse to try. I like to think I'm open-minded, but I know there's a lot I wouldn't want to try. Edit. Lots of stuff I've heard of, or watched that I absolutely want to. I meant none of my real-life partners have hit me with any other requests I've absolutely refused. Edit 2. I wouldn't judge someone watching porn or having a secret kink. My judgment comes from my personal feelings of revulsion when men are asking me to physically play out certain roles and pretend to be a child, or a family member, or in pain, etc. My ex liked being choked and I hate hurting anyone, especially women. Maui. But she let me suck on her toes, so I had to oblige. What's that fetish called where people remove the teeth and nails of a hamster and shove it up their bum? Well, not that one. Most of them. I'm a pretty vanilla dude. I'm fine with blindfolding, costumes, food play, role play and stuff like that. But I'm not into any of the extreme stuff like pee, poop, blood, violence, age play, CBT, cuckolding, etc. Having one of those dog mask things and wanting to be called treated like a dog pet is defo a turn off for me. I don't mind cat ears or paw leggings, but once you start eating out of a pet bowl, you've lost me. A few years ago was dating a very cute woman. The dates progressed nicely and was asked back to her place for further fun and jollies. Entered her home and was introduced to her very large, very friendly mastiff. It was a Baiyag dog. Activities moved from the lounge room to the bedroom, wherein she went to her bathroom and I perused the photographs on the wall. Nice series of her being mounted by and giving head to the very large mastiff whining outside the bedroom door. I left. Was not interested in competing with furry friend for the same pussy. If you want to see the glorious feet lover versus feet hater war, sort by controversial, crushing, scat, and -18 age play. Anything that involves cheating. Anything that requires me to do something violent to her. I think spanking her rump can be sexy as hell, but I'm really not interested in choking, hitting, whipping, cutting, or truly hurting her in any way. DDLG. I like the DD part, but I am not putting a pacifier in my mouth or pretending to be a child. Lack of a safe word or lack of any option to pause and talk about something that doesn't work out. It's not topping from the bottom to say, hold up. Let's talk for a moment. The one where they step on animals and bugs was sexting a guy and he wanted me to piss for him. I was like, why? He said, I'm into everything except poop and blood. Super dark, but okay. I thought we're both consenting adults. I'm going to get zero pleasure from pissing for him. But what else is new? We vid chatted cause I didn't want that recorded. He came. Week or two goes by, he messages again confessing he's been watching kid corn, gave me a ton of excuses as to why it's not bad cause he's just watching it. So basically I'd say kids is where I draw the line, or animals. So long as everyone is consenting adults, they can be into whatever they choose, and I can guarantee there's a kinker for every kinky, being that if you have a specific fetish of eating lasagna off the bathroom floor, you will find someone willing to participate in that with you in what your boner desires. What you and a partner do willing and consensual is y'all's business. P.S. I turned him into the FBI and he was arrested. For anyone wondering. If you see or hear something from someone about harming a child, say something. It will save lives. Seriously. Anything with bodily functions, and choking. You're not about to get rid of me and claim it was an accident in the bedroom. No way. Vor is such a strange fetish. Like, why? How? Young age play. No explanation needed. The undead Stygian dolls. Usually found within odorants of hate. I insta-nope right out of their ESP if I want to go hardcore. I was dating a guy once and after an appropriate amount of time we went back to his place. He had a huge member and asked me to ride him cool. It was difficult but it was pretty fun for a few minutes. Just as I was getting close, this guy grabs my hips and stops my motion and begs me to urinate on him. While I was still on top of him I was like, what? Yeah. No thanks. I noped right out of there, holding hands. I personally can't be with a girl who's into mega constructs or any other kind of knockoff Lego. That sh*t is disgusting. I'm not going to name the fetishes, but the why is, 1, that's a vector for life-threatening infection, 2, that's not even a fetish, it's just financial abuse exploiting somebody's past trauma, and 3, you're going to go to jail, and be put on a registry. Poo, pee, kid stuff.